The quickest way to get up to speed in Max is to use Max to help you. And there are a lot of tools built into Max that are going to make that easier. So let's go over some of those in this little show. Okay, so we're going to talk about getting help about Max from the Max software. Okay, so the first trick that I use constantly is to very slowly move your mouse up to the side of an object that you've clicked on. Okay, so you've selected an object, you're not quite sure what it does, you forget what the inputs are. Just slowly move along here and you'll see this little arrow appear. Okay, when that happens, you want to click on that and a menu will pop up. One of the choices in there is help, and that launches its own Max patch. So you can run this. You can read through it, read the information, or just lock it and run it and see how it works. You can take it apart, and one of the best things you can do is just select everything and copy it, or select a piece and copy it. So the quickest way to get good at Max is to steal everything you can from the help, okay? So you also see in this list a few other things. There's a reference, which is a little more wordy version of help, a lot of talking going on in there. And it'll also tell you what attributes and messages this object uses. We'll talk more about that later. Okay, so get help. You can get to that same menu a third way. You can just right click and it'll say open the help on that object. Sometimes there's even extra help and the reference is there. So you can right click or you can slowly move in and see that little arrow appear and use that, okay? Now another incredible tool that's just appeared in Max is this wide-ranging search. On the right-hand side of your patcher, you're going to see first off the magnifying glass. When you click that, the search bar opens and you can type anything in here. And it doesn't just tell you if there's a Max object to do that. It also gives you documentation, it gives you examples, it goes out on the web and finds files that people have written that used that, places that they've talked about it in the forum posts. So this has just become amazingly powerful, and that's going to be a really important tool for you moving forward. Now there's another trick to learning all of the different objects in Max, right? We have a lot of them out there. And that's to go to Window, Clue Window, and turn on the clue. Okay, window will pop up. This is Clue on top. And then, as long as that's visible, anytime you move your mouse over a Max object, the name of what kind of object it is shows up. So that's a very quick way to try and figure out, is this a dial or a menu, or what do they call this? Is this a button or a text field, or how do I mimic that? I say, I really like the way that looks. How do I get one of those? The clue window identifies each object for you. Finally, there's a Max console window on the right-hand side, this little menu-looking icon. When you click that, will roll out to the right with a space called the Max console. If you're having errors, if things aren't working, this is where they'll be written with more detail. So you might see a little red dot appear if you try and run something and it doesn't work. Here I've typed in the name of an object that doesn't appear. So up comes a message over here. No, type wrong isn't the name of an object, you spelt it wrong or you're thinking wrong. So that's where all messages go. And it's where all the print messages go. So if you run through this little video later, you'll see that I put a little number box here, connected it to a print box, and then moved my mouse up and down, changing the number in this number box. And as it goes to print, the place it prints is in that console window. So if you're ever using print to check what's going on and kind of trying to figure out if you have the right values, that's where the output's going to live.